Erangel. It's 2 more maps, and it's 2 more Erangel indeed. Thank you very much around the world for tuning in so far. It's time to go to Sims and Demon for all of the action.
Here we go, game number 49. It's a big number, isn't it? We've had a lot of matches, there's no doubt about it. The playing path, well, it's not great. It's pretty deep on the western side, which causes a lot of problems instantly because we have a large number of eastern-based teams.
We do, and as James alluded to it, or someone whispered it, and I think
Sosnovka Circle.
a few teams are actually fighting for it. Oh, FaZe already out of the plane in Zaki.
I mean, it's funny, right? Because obviously, I've also seen some of the players like, why do people want a Sosnovka Island Circle? Yeah, it creates drama, that's the thing. I mean, it creates a bit of entertainment. Also for the fact that statistically, it's got to be coming soon. We did have, I believe, it was a 44-game run competitively without having one across the competitions. Of course, now we've had, obviously, PKL and NPL and the Chinese leagues all going on. The Southeast Asia as well. And there has been Sosnovka circles in those games.
Well, I did 240 and there's only been 6.
Jesus, that's some pretty bad stats.
Yeah,
That's
there's
low,
only been
low
6
percentage.
of them. I did 240 the first ones of Erangel, the first 240 out of all 4 different leagues, and there's literally been 6. And all of them have actually been in the same place. They're all pretty much around the same area.
G2 and TSM, look at that.
I also think from that stance of how you, to put it into a bigger perspective, we've had more island circles on Miramar than what we have on Erangel.
Yeah, that's the
How
crazy.
wild is that?
Was it game 1 or 2 or something like that? But
It
there
was
we
early.
go. Bang center, no messing. Easy for everyone to get to this one. As you can see, the Knights are on the western side. They've gone for the tempo loot strat. Obviously, as you mentioned, FaZe up in Zaki, etc. G2 and TSM. TSM actually looking to stick around yellows, it seems, here. G2 in and around the houses, compounds around there. We'll see whether they do decide to make their way over towards the farm there. I think I'm seeing Chris try and run someone over there, was I? I don't know.
There's certainly some shots coming in
going
on
yeah.
now. I was looking at somebody, they have an eye on the prize. Obviously, as you can see on your screen, TSM are not on home territory. Usually that would be over by Milta. They're pretty much squished between G2 and the Jokers, so they have to fight for survival. They do have a vehicle, so they might end up just kind of extend over that way and go back home, usual spot, get the gear. We have seen them do it before, to be fair, Lee, where we wondered what was going on, and even you spoke to them afterwards in the post game, and it was a matter of we didn't have enough gear, we had to go back. They actually drove into the blue to get more gear.
Well, actually, it wasn't even the gear. They didn't have the cars. They didn't have the cars to get down back to Milta. They just because everybody had scattered. A similar type of plane to this. Everybody had hit the dirt. Everybody had stole all the cars, and they were just like, "We've got no car, boys. Got no
What do we
car.
do?
What we doing? What are we doing?" And that's the similar. Look at this, running across the open fields. We have no vehicles.
It's as if it's the same scenario as before. Are they going to go for boats then?
This tells me.
I think they're going to go for boats, right? Why else would you be running to the cliffs?
Yeah, they've got to be. They've got to Wookiees. I mean, they've been shot at by G2 a couple of times, so they've got to now. So he's got a backpack.
That's a slow start.
He's got a backpack.
Good lord. I mean, the thankful sign is that G2 won't have touched farm, so they might be able to get
Wookie,
these.
Slow. He's all right. He's good. He's good. He's good.
He has big ankles. He's fine.
He's a big man. He's going to catch him.
Is there no boat?
Is he now down? There's no boat.
Oh, there's no boat.
That's a bit awkward.
Well,
Isn't it?
there's never usually a boat actually lingering around here. I don't think.
That's a bit awkward, really. What are you doing, Wookie?
There's a boat around the front side.
Yeah,
Is this just a safe play not to get shot at, maybe?
Where's Chris? They're back at the house on the compound on the right.
There's no gear, and Rory's just rocking an M24, like night and day scenario.
Well, there's the nearest boat. What are you doing here, TSM?
They're playing it cautious.
Bear in mind, we're at 4 minutes now. Team Liquid will be looking to find their center spot. Winstrike doing the same, looking for compounds, and TSM with absolutely nothing. And bearing in mind, TSM are currently in 5th place with tied points with FaZe Clan at the moment, and both just 17 points behind NIP on your screens right here, back in their home turf.
Welcome back to South George.
Welcome back to South George.
Is that what we could say? Navi have gone for an early rotation. However, Winstrike have done the same, and they're already getting eyes on the prize to one another. Navi, I'm not a big fan. They're taking the bottom side of Ruins, or the top side, depending which side you're looking at it. But Winstrike could force them down and look on the hills upon them and lock them into that little embankment area. However, the circle is with them now, so it's not really a big issue at this moment in time. TSM will get a boat and more than likely end up around Gustav's area, which is just below the farmlands. They might even pick him up and go towards Milta, to be honest with you, and just do the usual scenario. Vitality, Liquid, central as ever, because that's where they loot. They might just be able to cross paths. You'll see them kind of clashing just above Pachinki. Poor man's Pachinki, left-hand side of school. DA, they'll be kicking it on Rozok again. They don't really have to overextend from there. They can loot the late game and do whatever they want. Probably the biggest issue might be because we have a center circle. When you're looking more towards Raise Your Edge, they're always the last into the circle, the latest players. But because of where the playing path is, this time you will have a hell of a lot of teams that are going to be lingering on that western embankment of the map. And unfortunately for Raise Your Edge, it might be a little bit of a gauntlet as they enter.
Well, the crate comes down. It's pretty decent. And I mean, whatever, any crate's decent. These days you just want the level 3 gear, and obviously the weapon is always a bonus.
Give me the helmet.
Well, okay. So Vitality, this is your center circle. This is a chance to maybe gain some of those points up. Team Liquid looking to be doing the same. See what they can get. M19, elite player, just going to hop on the bike and drive out of here. Here's CrowCrowd going to catch him. Nope, he's going to get out of there quite safely. Rally himself down the hill towards Digital Athletics.
A show of strength there, but he is extremely split from the rest of his roster. His team are literally on the opposing side of the river. You've got one at the petrol station just coming out of BS9, and you've got two just to the right-hand side of Roz and more towards school and apps. CrowCrowd will take the crossroads. NIP have turned up to the party what I was talking about earlier on, so we have to be aware that Winstrike Game will also be lingering around this area. You'll have 4 in kind of a hot zone. You'll have NIP down here, Navi in the yellows. Further just behind them, Red Diamonds will be on the roadside, but so will Winstrike as well, so they have to be really careful. NIP don't necessarily have to push the advantage here. They could get punished if they do, because there is a bit of an entrenchment or a ditch just in front of those yellows. They have the line of sight, but there is an open gap and an open field.
Is it time for NIP to start playing it safer or not? Because obviously they're in the 4th place. They have got teams behind them. But the flip side, we've talked about it obviously, you know, on the broadcast multiple times. Does the meta now enhance the fact that you can take that fight at 16th place? You could get yourself 4 kills and 4 points, but you could also go out and get maybe 1 or 2 points.
Yes and no. Yes, because points make prizes, right? And it's an aggressive playstyle. You have to adapt to this aggressive playstyle at the PEL and other teams. If you don't do it, they'll bully you. They'll realize, well, you're a pushover, hold W and we'll just shoot you. It's no issues whatsoever. The negative effect is that we've only got 2 days worth of games left, so bombing out in 16, like for FaZe, for instance, a team that we're saying, all right, it's time to put the work in this week, a 16th and a 13th. It ain't going to cut it, unfortunately, and you've got to step up your game. We are on home turf here for them.
And especially if they saw NIP go out in 16th place, it's going to spur them on so much. And a lot of teams actually might also get caught out by the fact that FaZe are rotating, of course, from the north, in behind ENCE, etc. So we'll see how it works out for them. Raise Your Edge, of course, coming up from Primorsk, across towards Gatkat. Looks like they're going to be happy to settle for here. Just done a little scout around to make sure nobody gets shot at. Znark just trying to see if he can find another compound for a 2-2 split. Navi still happy in the yellows with NIP semi-surrounding them in the hills.
It's a good job that TSM didn't opt to go for the farmlands and actually went home to Milta, because G2 did extend the reach into there, and now they're on the rotation away. We are on screen with them, and they've got a lot of free open land in front of them. There was nobody down this side, no Mansion team, no Lipo team, no Milta Power Prison team. It's completely open and free ground, so if we get a hard shift to the east, this is going to be pretty much free game for them.
And TSM are still looting, of course, in Milta because they were so late getting there. The circle kind of benefits them a little bit. They don't need to worry about moving too quick. G2 going to go for Potato Hill here because that is the center point. There is a little compound on it. The smallest of little wooden huts. They may actually go for that compound that M19 are going for. Brexco's going to get there first. The elite player also coming straight in. Here's ENCE. They're coming down from the northern side, making a big push for it. Brexco will catch him. Does the damage. Brexco, of course, was one of the kill leaders originally for a long period of time. has dipped off a little bit along with G2's form, but it seems they're back on it. Now he saw ENCE just rotating a moment ago. They've come straight in back of M19. Wanderer, though, catches Mikaz. Oh my god, is he going to turn it back around? Mikaz does the damage. Wanderer hops in the car and back out to try and change the angle suddenly. But Rustamar should catch him behind, and he will. There we go. Damage done, and M19 lose 2.
Yeah, it's rather unfortunate they disengaged from one fight and had to take another head on. FaZe have just, in your terminology, sent it straight across into Rozhok Leap. There was, which was, I'm actually quite surprised, DA pushed out of it. So that's completely empty for them. To be able to get across the river without losing a single soul or even being shot at, it's pretty amazing work to go into a city like that completely uncontested. The bigger issue is that DA has now obviously moved forward, and they now have that little hill, that little embankment with the water tower, so they can look down upon FaZe and probably deny them any line of sight because it's basically just locked into a corner between the water and it's downhill as well. On their left-hand side, you've also got CrowCrowd, so FaZe are backed into a corner. Winstrike still outside of the circle in the north, and another team that's also still in the north, the Red Diamonds, they are going for a full western shift. They'll go up and over. But how they get into this circle, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, where do they go? Do they go into CrowCrowd? Do they go into Winstrike? I mean, there's not really any easy option for them. G2 got themselves a crate. Na'Vi looks like they're going to get Recrent. No, they're not going to get Recrent back on his feet. Knights have pushed it. They've come out of Pachinki. Na'Vi, of course, were in the yellows towards the ruins, which NIP now occupy. They've ended up going towards the garage side, north side of Na'Vi, and now they're getting lit up by the Jokers from the barns and have to instantly try and hide. Raise Your Edge, though. They are on the hills south of Pachinki, and they managed to catch Drayden in the back, because as soon as you get up on the top of that church, you are silhouetted for everybody to see. So the smokes are down.
Red Diamonds could go for a big brain play here. They could go up and over and then come in on the east because they knew where the playing path was. So in theory, the east should be quite quiet because you've literally got a river that's holding you back. And it's going to put them at such a disadvantage if they want to get into the circle from the north. As you mentioned, Raise Your Edge. For them, it's nice and quiet. You don't want to go near Pachinki because right now we got, what, 3 teams? NIP, Knights, and Na'Vi all smashing each other inside there.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. We're going to see where it goes. We have had this, remember, it finished in the yellows next to apartments before in previous games. We've also had it finish on the hills, which is kind of where Vitality and ENCE are trading blows at the moment. The Red Diamonds picked up the victory in that one. Seeing NIP here, they're still down at the ruins, still sort of playing the edge at the moment. The Red Diamonds, by the way, they did come in. They've come on the western bridge by Rozhok, so they're kind of creeping in the back. They've gone into that small compound just next door to Watertown, between Watertown and Rozhok. So you know the one, everybody's been there. It's got multiple names as well, along with Watertown. But looks like they're going to get in safe because Digital Athletics have kind of left the door open for them. Oh, that's a shift. That's a southern shift, and that's going to cause, look at all these teams that have to rotate. Now, where do you go? Do you take an eastern shift? Do you take a western shift? TSM, they're going to have the prime pick of the territory if they get no butts moving. Team Liquid can just head south, or do they stick around Potato?
So look at that. Straight in the cars and off we go for Raise Your Edge. Please go more center. Don't take the edge compounds. Play it safe, but certainly go in deep.
Raise Your Edge could go so much deeper, yeah.
I get it, because you want to have a scout and you don't know who's going to be in that compound. The compound that's pretty much, not plumb center, but where the drops just appear, just below them. It's a really strong position. You would expect somebody to be in there. TSM might look on towards that to try and take control of it. It's running the gauntlet. Ira. The top fragger there, unfortunately for Digital Athletics, they've lost their main man, so that's a big hurt from them.
FaZe, NIP, where are they going to go? They're going straight across the fields and they're getting caught. They're trying to go for the compounds by the barns.
Oh no, NIP might die here. That's another one down. Nasus is confirmed, and still on this Potato Hillside coming out of school. 6 more. Another one from Digital Athletics will fall at the hands of Not. That's an easy confirmation from him. NIP still, unfortunately, being held back by bullets. Liquid can see them. Jokers can see them. They can't really go any further. Winstrike will do a really large swing. They'll come in on the east, and so will FaZe as well. They're coming out of the blue league. They actually headed back up north and round. Yeah,
they went up north over the Rozhok Bridge, the small bridge, the tiny little one, and they're coming all the way down the east side. Vitality, look at this. Samty wants to get involved in this. He's trying to have a little peek down the hill. Gemty, third-party central from the hillside, and this is a prime spot. Gemty might be able to get an angle on Jazza there. Just gets up. Yes, he does. Finds Monkey, just been revived as well, and will confirm the kill. Thanks, hops back down. Got to be careful. Ends taking some couple of shots on the Brexco, catching best luck on the rotate there.
Quick drill. Easy peasy. See with the M4 as well, it's such a strong weapon when you've got the comp on, especially if you've got a stock as well, which potentially he has on that thing. It becomes a complete laser as Pin goes spinning out, loses one of his tires. The Dooz is there as well to pick him up if he does go out, but I think the car's all right. He is out of his vehicle, which is intriguing.
FaZe just got loads of information. Winstrike were taking shots, I think, on Digital Athletics that were going there. So they've immediately gone even further east, and they're actually coming in really nice spot, that compound down on the beach.
The problem is it's all the way up against the white. You can't really go much further. Oh, Vitality.
This compound's still free, by the way. There's one dead center. Yeah, it's hit and miss for Vitality, right? They had a good second game with the second place, and now again they're getting battered. They got battered in the last matchup as well. It's and when you're thinking, you know, their spot is school and apartments, this is their backyard.
Every time they get a 16 placement, Hayes will take a couple of shots of vodka in the back. He's plastered now, bless him. He's almost had it.
His coaching abilities are shrinking. Oh, the Jokers. Hello. Could this be your first Erangel victory? The Barnes have been gifted the circle, and that is such a good territory. They plumbed for it early, and they have such a really big sightline of all the Pochinki. We're going to see a couple of teams going towards the edges of Pochinki now. Na'Vi probably going to be one of them, maybe. We'll see whether they can get in there, but everybody else is going to start getting very clustered on these hills to the west. East.
Chempsey with an easy knock and finish onto Dream for you. CrowCrowd lose another one as they try and enter to the edge of the circle. A team that's going to have an interesting fight on the hands, Team Liquid. You can see them in the distance up on the hillside. Well, just in front of them, we have two monster teams that'll be taking them head on and challenging them for this ridge side. ENCE are just lingering downwind, and behind them, we also have the Germans G2. Winstrike might make an advancement on this potato hill as well. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. Team Liquid are all right because they have a compound and they're fairly safe in terms of that. But if they want to keep a hold of it, they're going to have to fight all these giants head on. Three teams are about to crash into one another on Potato Hill.
They've scouted the compound phase. It is free, so they get themselves in here for now, but it is still very much on the edge.
Wait, so they've managed to take this, but Raise Your Edge haven't?
Yeah.
No.
Raise Your Edge.
No,
very slow, playing edge continuously. G2 and ENCE continuing to knock each other down.
Oh, here we go. This is it.
And Winstrike, well, this could be massive. Winstrike, if they can benefit from this, they can collect so many points. They're on the chase to the point score. Squeaky comes up and around the side, trying to get the spray down on Tixu, but he's going to get knocked, and I think ENCE might fall here.
So G2 turn up to the party late game. ENCE already laying down fire to them. Winstrike's also on the hill as well. They want to get involved, but meanwhile, all this is going down. We see Liquid in the backlines. They smell blood. They want to get involved. The Sharks have turned up to the party a little bit late, but that's fine because everyone else is going to be bent, broken, and battered. This could see the demise of up to 4 teams.
Rustamar just about somehow dodges and gets himself inside. Meanwhile, TSM and Digital Athletics also trading. That's the other side of Potato Hill as well. Truffly down, Squeaky down. Rustamar, the last man standing, I think. And now you can see G2 moving up on the hill. Team Liquid didn't want to over-aggress that. G2 with the two alive. Chris and Udir trying to make their way up the hillside. Kane's still in there, gets the spray down on Rustamar, and we could be seeing ENCE going out pretty early here. DA will go down in 15th, and there goes ENCE. Nuki steals the one away, Udir finishes it, and that's going to be 14th, and now the pack will begin to chase.
They get shredded amongst 3 teams, unfortunately. Even Liquid got involved. Liquid have completely disengaged from this in the back lines, and now it's all down to Winstrike versus G2. The battle for Potato Hill. You'll be able to get a fair amount of meds off of some body boxes. They are outside in the blue zone, which is rather unfortunate. Chris will fall with an AUG. AUG's a powerful 5.56 automatic gun, and more importantly, those level 3 bits of kit. So the man who probably could have done a dent into Winstrike's armor, has been left to die outside in the blue. And they will continue forward. Hello, Senpai. This could be the end of the Red Diamonds.
Yeah, Samty finds him. The Diamonds down. 13th place for them. A double crate drop near FaZe Clan at the moment. Also towards TSM. We'll see whether anyone spots it coming down, whether they decide to go for it. You can see the hills. That's a big old area that FaZe could take control of. If they move quick enough and get up that hill before TSM, it could really be a problem. But there is a tricky position to fight from. There's a lot of trees there. It's going to force them up the hill. The question is, will they see it? Raise Your Edge, they seem to be making a bit of a play. They're actually going towards Na'Vi. They're going for the shack. That's where they want to go. The little shack to the side there. Wanted's going to get caught. Now, can he crawl close enough to Fast Rail? Smoke's not going to happen. Fast Rail will get inside just about.
Hit him in the head.
big dink in the back there. Winstrike and G2, they're about to go at it. Jeems is still alive on Potato Hill. Jeems is engaging on them. He's in all sorts of trouble because the rest of his team are backed away.
He went back just to see what was going on and be a bit of a scout, because now they have to fight this one through. If they want to get inside the circle, they need to be aware. Meanwhile, we have a potential crisis moment for FaZe and TSM.
AT sees them.
The two big orgs are about to crash into one another directly. Fuzz and Uber, excuse me, Fuzz and FaZe, have literally got in the vehicles, turned and faced, and they've head towards TSM to fight them on the front line.
Team Liquid engaging on that hillside. G2 are on the back of it. Now we see CrowCrowd there trying to send it, but they get caught out. It's Jokers that will benefit from it as well and collect kills on both Set and Vard. G2 eliminated, 12th place for them, a big point score. Team Liquid could certainly benefit from that one and set themselves apart from G2. The Knights, of course, will finish CrowCrowd off. That's 11th place for them. But it's TSM and FaZe now engaging down the south.
And this is why you see so many people dying on rotations. We're no longer on Miramar. We are in an area of Erangel where vehicles and rotations, they're really open. You can take the tree lines all you like and you can try and avoid bullets. But there's so many open areas, and especially in this circle. But TSM versus FaZe, this is the fight we need to see unfold. It's basically two big orgs going head to head. Not only that, but certainly when we talk about position,
battle, yeah.
It's the points battle. That's the most important thing. You get the kills, you get the points. More importantly, you get the placement.
And the placements could be massive because NIP cannot get out of that compound.
All of TSM have pulled up.
They've tried to pull out twice, and they've got caught twice. That's going to be Winstrike down. That's a team that has been chasing on the points. TSM actually benefited from that. Gustav finishing off Dimmy, turns around, but now they have to face FaZe Clan. Michael takes a big old hit, has to duck himself down. ENCE, you can see the damage. Is that a nade coming in? Just has to back away. The smoke manages to dissipate, and TSM immediately went for the nades. FaZe just picked himself up one crate. Did he just spot the second? In which case, FaZe could be doubled up on level 3 here.
He can pass that information, but more importantly, he can use this as an angle. TSM actually, they're completely distracted. All of their players have turned and faced because Liquid is rolling down the mountainside. This could throw a massive spanner in the works for them.
FaZe has definitely got that level 3 crate. The question is, does he see the other one? Because he's been there that long. I don't think there's any smoke going off it, so none of them really be able to spot it. The Knights managed to make the way out. NIP, by the way, we didn't catch hold of it, but they did get in there. Miraku and NBS, they're way out in the blue still, haven't managed to get themselves in. The map has even been centered up, and they're actually off in the north side. So M19, they managed to get a ditch. Crammer down, Voxit will get him back on his feet. FaZe Clan, Michael is pushing them.
I'm surprised that Na'Vi isn't using this advantage. They've got a dink. Now you need to move, boys, because you're out in the zone doing nothing much, to be honest with you. I'd see
NBS
on
gone.
A very aggressive
NIP
push
gone
here.
in 9th. That is massive for the points.
They must have
so
pulled
now
up.
everybody has to chase them. Well, they were out in the blue. They had no way to get to the Jokers.
Liquid's edging early. They're still moving forward, and they have the circle as well. Everyone needs to kind of go to them. FaZe might extend into the circle and potentially box out. That's a big nade. Was that two individual nades?
No, I can't speak. 80 managed to catch Michael down. Michael would be finished off. Gustav had got the down on the, got been down by TSM. I can't speak. Team Liquid caught them out on the top there. Voxit going down. We don't care about that. The Knights and Na'Vi are relevant right now. It's FaZe TSM with Team Liquid. This is all about the points. Mark 14 coming out for FuzzFace. Uber getting the flank around. Look at this. They're getting the angle around the side there. They're trying to push in towards it. M19 going in towards the Knights. Crammer getting chased down. He's going to get caught out. Raise your edge. Well, they managed to get themselves the crate, but it's this fight in the hills we want to watch as Uber and Mexi go down. Team Liquid catching on him, and as you mentioned, Snark catching in. Raise your edge, doing the damage. TSM out in 8th. Will FaZe follow?
He sees him up top. Easy kill there. Job done. Gustav and Walkie, 2 points going in the way. And the favour of Team Liquid. It looks like Snack's actually going to get the res here. As two members simultaneously, just like that. FaZe is getting picked apart at several different angles. He's found FuzzFace, and none of his friends are alive. It might just be ENCE in last man standing.
Yeah, ENCE, and he's got nothing to do. He's got nothing, because he's getting absolutely battered. Look at this. Raise your edge got the double flank on him. The double flank, that's going to be FuzzFace. Gone, bam, there they go. FaZe Clan down. So TSM went in 8th, FaZe Clan in 6th, NIP in 9th. Nobody wants this 4th place right now. Nobody can take it by the horns. Somebody that could is the Jokers. Do not write them off. They're still in the bars. They still have 4 alive. They've already knocked a couple of people from NIP. But look at this. Sharing a Harry Potter. The Knights and Na'Vi.
The most important thing for the Joker is that they haven't taken any fights. Their utility is going to be good. Their economy is going to be fantastic. Their gear won't be bent. It will be fully stacked up in terms of durability. They'll have the weapons. They'll have the time. They have all the information, mainly because this field is completely open. If they have to disengage, they can take the back of the hill behind them. It's a pretty decent little way they'll be able to smoke to it and get out in a line of fire. So they don't have to take the field behind them. Where the circle goes, that obviously tells the tale of the next story that's about to unfold. We've got 2 members of Team Liquid up in the hillside that are shooting down onto these last 2. In fact, it's a 3-on-3. Excuse me, Jima's got up close and personal. I didn't expect him to be so far down here. He gets a knock and a flush onto 1. Couple of magics in the back lines, but Jimbo's getting hyper-aggressive. I'm a big fan.
Crazy stuff. The question is, how will they help? I mean, look at that blue. It's just slicing the building in half. Fast rail, not a lot he can do here. The Jokers, the question is, I think how many kills they can get now, because they're the ones that really need to benefit from their Team Liquid. They're laughing. They've got 11 kills. They have a loving life on that hillside. They've been pushing down and picking up name after name after name. The Jokers, though, this is their chance to try and chase down NIP and do what they can to put a dent in it. And more importantly, possibly their first win on Erangel.
I really want to see Drayden just drop out of this Harry Potter tower and just plop a nade onto Navi. In fact, he's going for it. They're not lowballing him low enough. They're making an attempt, but this could be all for naught. As Pokemon sees him running down the stairs and trying to get out of here. And honestly, I think they're going to be job done. Dead to rights. Jokers will continue the mop up, and they even move on to Jeems at range as well. So that's pretty long shots there. There must have been a trade-off of a knock and a completion. As Fast Rail looks towards the members of Navi running outside, there's nothing else they can do apart from mop them up. Liquid answers back at range also. Jempty with the SKS have a decent scope on the back of that bad boy. That Fast Rail's the next objective directly in front of them. They can clean raise your edge out. They've got a nice clean ridge to play with.
Okay, the Jokers are making the move. They're coming out of the compound. Kemba, Senya, Tab, they're all making the moves. They're going to use Demise as the backup cover. Now, it worked.
Oh, that nade!
Fast Rail catches Jempty off guard with the nade. Now can he confirm the kill? He is still being pinned. You can see Dimash has an angle on him, so he can't really make the move out of it.
Gone.
That's going to be, actually, Senya, I think, caught Ibiza, which will force Team Liquid down. It's 4th place for them. They had, what, 11, 12 kills, I think, total. 13. Again, they had 9 kills in the last game as well, despite going out early. They've been collecting the points. Game after game after game, absolutely securing their spot. Navi, you spotted, son. Senya's got an angle. Fast Rail, they just have to deal with this nuisance, Fast Rail. Yeah, and then they can finish Navi in the... I mean, Navi have got nothing. They're in the fields.
The thing is, the Jokers have all the angles in the world. Yeah. Literally, Navi's clinging on for dear life. Kemba even shoots him in the blue because he knows he's got that many people still alive. Fast Rail knocks actually Kemba, so they might be able to sneak a point back there if he gets the flush. I'm looking for it in the kill feed. Nope, Demise says, not today, my friend. Let's find this last player at Navi and call it a GG.
So the Jokers, they get themselves a chicken dinner. It's just going to come. We're waiting for Pokemon. He's just the last man. He's out in the blue. He's going to deny the kill by the looks of it. And the Jokers, well, it doesn't matter. They have got themselves their 2nd win and their 1st on Erangel. And it is a big difference because I think it was a 20-point game there, which is massive in